To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
News team, assemble!
Joining us live, because if you want to know anything about the Outer Banks, Sam Walker's the dude to fill you in.
The sea was angry that day, my friends. Like an old man trying to send back soup in a deli.
Always appreciate talking to you.
Always good stuff with Sam Walker in the Outer Banks.
Now here's Les Nessman and the news.
Thank God it's Friday!
And good morning, everyone. It is OBX Today for Friday, September 17th, 2021. Glad you're along with us as we wrap up this work week. Kind of messy morning out there for some. Others not too bad. We haven't seen like widespread rain going on right now, but we do have some showers moving through the area. Our live shot there from Jeanette's Pier in Nags Head right now, or just south of Jeanette's Pier, showing kind of a sloppy day surf-wise. And it's going to be that way at least all day today into tomorrow. Down along Avon, same thing. And off Hatteras is kind of the same thing. A lot of shore break. And it's going to be that way at least today and tomorrow. We do have a high-risk rip current. Stay out of the ocean today. Got this onshore flow, which is a little combination of things going on. Let's give you the latest on what we're seeing tropics-wise, because there is some systems we got to talk about. We do have what's left of Nicholas sitting right along kind of southwest Louisiana, drifting around out there, and they're getting rain from that, although it's more offshore now. But the rain from it's really gotten into Georgia and Alabama. What we're looking at about 150 miles east of us right now is this disturbance that's sitting just off our coast. It's still expected to possibly develop, but it's really just very, very disorganized. Not much to it. In fact, let's switch over to our look at things as far as the radar or the satellite goes with regards to this disturbance. 96L is what it's called. It's really not getting very organized. It may take on tropical depression or tropical storm characteristics before it makes transition to a low tomorrow or Saturday night as it moves up the northeast coast. So we could get Odette out of this. We're not going to see any direct. We are getting the impacts we're going to get right now, pretty much. The bulk of the thunderstorm activity is way, way offshore, probably more than like about 200, 250 to 300 miles offshore, where the center of circulation is about 150 east of us right now. And that's pretty much what we're going to get. it's kind of funny how we're getting this low-level onshore flow, and yet the high-level winds are showing, you can see, moving from southwest to northeast, but we're getting the northeast wind out of this. So it just shows you the combination of weather factors we got going on. Kind of got a combination, this thing sitting offshore. Well, it was a weak cold front that was kind of coming across that dumped a lot of rain on Richmond yesterday. They had flooding rains in downtown Richmond, shut down parts of 95 and a lot of the streets there. A lot of street flooding in Richmond yesterday. That is what's bringing us, this combination of that. And it may eventually become tropical when it gets up off Cape Cod and could become Odette. And then it's going to actually get pretty powerful once it gets off the Maritimes and out in the North Atlantic, and then kind of spin around out there by the mid part of next week. So it won't be quite done yet. Not unusual at all. So nothing to worry about as far as Odette. We're not going to get any overwash out of this. We're not going to get any anything other than what we're seeing right now. Just some nasty shore break that's really not rideable. Looks good more than anything else. And we're going to get no overwash out of it. High risk of rip currents. Yeah, Lisa, I see your comment just popping up right now. And yeah, it was a mess in Carytown and I-95 yesterday from all that heavy thunderstorms over the Richmond area yesterday. Let's see. Latest on 95L. That's the one that's way out in the Atlantic. Let me go back here. That's this thing out here. It's about halfway across the Atlantic right now. Still 70% chance of formation in the next 5 days. It's about midway between the Lesser Antilles and Cabo Verde Islands. Environmental conditions expected to be more conducive the next couple of days. May become a tropical depression over the weekend or early next week as it continues to move its way across. So worth watching. It's in that slot that we don't like to see things, but the models all pretty much make it a fish storm. But they kind of diverge all over the place after 72 hours. Once we get into Monday, things kind of go squirrely as far as what the models are thinking. Definitely thinking it's going to become a hurricane. Most of them, not all of them, but most of them. But it's still too early to tell what this thing's going to do next week. So worth watching. That is 95L. Again, if what we have off our coast doesn't become Odette, that would become Odette. Then it's Peter is next on the list as well. So let's run over to look at the radar right now for us and everybody else. Here's down here off of Louisiana and Alabama, the left, what's left of Nicholas and the moisture from it. Then you got just kind of messy stuff coming up our way. Not a lot showing up on radar here in eastern North Carolina this morning. A few little clusters. I just had this come by my house in the last 15 minutes. That little shower right there, so just enough to soak things. And but for the most part, it's just light, misty rain. As we get through the day, get the heating of the day, we might see some showers and storms pop off as we get through the day. All right, moving on to other headlines this morning besides the weather. There's a few things to talk about. Might have been, if you were in Roanoke Island yesterday in Mania about mid-morning yesterday and heard all the fire trucks getting fired up and head over to Mania High School. There was a fire alarm that turned out to be a smoke detector. It was dirty. That set off the fire alarm at Mania High School yesterday around 10 o'clock, 10:15. They did follow all their fire drill evacuation procedures. But no fire, no smoke. It was just a faulty smoke detector. We talked about this earlier this week. On Monday, we had the story for you first at obxtoday.com. A lot of rumors were circulating on social media late on Sunday night, Monday morning regarding a situation on Roanoke Island. There were all kinds of. I got a phone call from someone asking if they had heard 13 people had been involved with this situation with an overdose situation at a home in Mania. But Sheriff's Department says all they have right now was 2 people dead, one who was hospitalized. That's the latest information, and that's pretty much been stuck for. They're still investigating. We have not gotten much other information about this case as of yet. The Dare County Saving Lives Task Force had put out a PSA recently that discusses some of the things that they offer in Dare County. And thought I'd play that for you right now in case you haven't seen that. We'll get it up at obxtoday.com here over the weekend. But thought it was important information to share.
Hey folks, I'm Irvin Bateman. I serve as Dare County Commissioner. I'm also a grateful member of the recovery community. Since 2017, we've averaged 13 opioid deaths a year. Within the last 2 months, we've lost 2 young men. I spoke with one of the family members, and this one individual went out, did a recreational drug. It was laced with something that he didn't know was in it, and he died. I feel heartbreak for the family. I feel sad for the individual that made that bad decision. In Dare County, this hasn't got to be this way. If you have someone in your family that's suffering from addiction, substance abuse, alcoholism of any kind, Saving Lives Task Force was created to help individuals get through this crisis time in their life.
If you or someone you know is suffering from addiction and/or substance abuse, there is help. Contact the Mobile Crisis Hotline at 1-866-437-1821 or visit SavingLivesOBX.com for information on community resources.
All right, again, we'll get that posted up at obxtoday.com later on this weekend to share that with you. A story from FEMA yesterday making an announcement that Currituck County, 7 homes in Currituck County are going to be raised. These are flood-prone homes. This program has made strides throughout many of our counties here in the Northeast over the last 10 years. About a $1.07 million grant, $1.04 million grant that'll be used to mitigate hazards, call it hazard mitigation projects. 7 homes, they're in Corolla, Barco, Moyock, Grandy, and Currituck. This is money that has become available since Hurricane Florence hit 3 years ago this week, North Carolina. And that's where this money has come from. Ike McCree is the acting county manager for Currituck, said in a statement, they're pleased to accept the grant on behalf of these deserving families. The mitigation repetitive loss property is a priority of both the Outer Banks Regional Hazard Mitigation Plan and State of North Carolina Hazard Mitigation Plan. By elevating the homes in a special flood hazard area to the base flood elevation and local freeboard requirements, the costly repetitive cycle of flood damage and repairs will be interrupted. The elevated structures will be placed in a range of possible foundations specified by a licensed professional engineer during a feasibility study and may include pilings, columns, curtain walls with footings, or concrete masonry units. Again, this is a program that's raised a lot of homes just in the last couple of years. You go all the way back to money that was designated after Hurricane Irene for the same thing. So this is another effort. Let's see here. We have dropped out momentarily. There we go. Yep. Okay, we're back. Little issue there. Sorry about that. Let's see. Okay, I see Nicole throwing a question at us. We'll get back to you on the weather in just a little bit. Things should be okay right now. All right, first week of October, too early to tell. All right. Yeah, it's still too far out to know. Just hope for the best. Plan for the worst, hope for the best. That's what we say. But still, first week of October is way too far out to try and figure out. That's still 2.5 weeks away. Right now, we're looking okay. All right, let's see. Latest on COVID-19. Dare County did report its 18th death yesterday. That's the third in less than a month. Pasquotank had lost 93 residents. Beaufort County, the most in northeast North Carolina, or in our coverage area, that is, 103. North Carolina now averaging about 7,000 infections and 74 COVID-19 deaths per day over the last 2 weeks. Vaccine mandates been added to another college campus here in North Carolina. Meredith College, the women's college in Raleigh, is going to require students and employees to be vaccinated against COVID-19 by the start of next semester, the spring semester. Duke is the only other university in North Carolina that currently requiring students and staff to get the coronavirus vaccine. Virginia Tech, and a lot of the schools up there are. Students and faculty at UNC and NC State continue to advocate for a vaccine requirement, but UNC system leaders said yesterday they cannot legally issue a mandate for the 16 UNC system institutions around the state. News out of Chapel Hill yesterday, and I remember covering this story way back. 9 years and 9 days after the murder of UNC student Faith Hedgepeth, the Chapel Hill Police Department on Thursday arrested a 28-year-old man from Durham. Miguel Salguera Olivares has been charged with first-degree murder. Police had released no other details about the arrest, suspect, or what relationship he had. There was a news conference yesterday on this cold case that included Attorney General Josh Stein, State Bureau of Investigation, UNC officials, town police, and the Durham District Attorney's Office. Hedgepeth was a 19-year-old sophomore at Carolina when she was found beaten to death in 2012 in her friend's off-campus apartment near the Durham-Chapel Hill border. She's a native of Hollister, up on the Warren-Halifax County border, and a member of the Halawa-Sapani tribal community. So that's one we'll keep an eye on now that that cold case has been, or at least a big development there in that cold case at UNC. Powerball ticket. Somebody's walking around $1 million richer here in northeastern North Carolina. $1 million Powerball ticket sold for Wednesday's drawing. It was bought at the 7-Eleven, that new 7-Eleven that's out by Walmart on Halstead Boulevard Extended in Elizabeth City. A $2 ticket matched all 5 white numbers. Wow, they missed it just by the Powerball. There was a $50,000 ticket sold in Raleigh for that drawing. Both of the jackpots for Powerball and Mega Millions this weekend, pretty decent, over $400 million. Mega Millions tonight, Powerball on Saturday. So go get your tickets. That's what I'm going to do. Speaking of this weekend, the Day at the Docks in Hatteras has been scaled down. The annual celebration of life on the water in Hatteras Village. Because of concerns out of COVID-19, many of the events that were going to be held tomorrow have been canceled. They're still having the outdoor dinner this evening, the Seafood Under the Stars seafood dinner is still going on at the Hatteras Civic Center. Limited seating for that. I don't think they have any tickets available. They may have some tickets available. Also, the Fishy 5K that is scheduled for tomorrow, that's still going on as planned. And tomorrow evening, the Blessing of the Fleet will be held. But everything else that was scheduled for this year at Day of the Docks, which included a lot of events they would have on the waterfront. There'd be a big seafood dinner going on at Odin's Dock. That all has been canceled out of concerns over the COVID-19 spread. There are still tickets available for, they did cut off ticket sales on the 12th. Okay, so you can't get tickets anymore for the Seafood Under the Stars event. And that makes sense. They got a plan for how much they're going to have. But unfortunately, the rest of the events for a Day at the Docks have been called off for Hatteras Village for this weekend. All right, we got our new Dare County Youth Children and Youth Partnership. Our champion for Children of the Week is up now at obxtoday.com. You can check that out in the Neighbor to Neighbor Help Zone. And let's learn more about this week's champion for children, courtesy of the Children and Youth Partnership for Dare County right now.
This week's Champion for Children is brought to you by Children and Youth Partnership for Dare County, helping families thrive. Samantha Locke, director and founder of OBX GoFar, has been identified as a champion for children. Can you tell us a little about what you do to help children, youth, and families thrive in our community?
I believe to inspire children and families is the greatest gift we can give. When we started OBX GoFar 12 years ago, we had this idea that we were going to fight childhood obesity directly in our county just by getting children moving. We had no idea that it would have this waterfall effect on our community. So it spread from the children to the parents to the teachers to the siblings to the grandparents, and it just kept going. So we started our program with a little over 100 children. 12 years, 24 seasons later, we have 6,500 children served in Dare County. So it's been amazing. GoFar is more than just a running program. It's about bringing our community together. Without our community, we wouldn't have a program. So it's been fun serving everybody for about 12 years now. This past year has been trying for us. COVID's been hard, but we worked through it. So we're very proud of our team. We're proud of our community for keeping us going. And we also got to start in 2018 our Miles Education Fund, which is a scholarship fund for high school kids to be able to help them go to college, which has been a dream of ours forever. So as of this year, we've provided $8,000 worth of scholarships for graduating seniors, and that is for continuing education or going on to college. So we're super proud to be able to do that. But Go Far is a community program. It's built and supported by our amazing community, and we thrive only because our community supports us every step of the way. So thank you, Dare County, for supporting us for 12 years.
Do you have anything special coming up that you want the community to know about or that people can get involved with?
Yes, we're actually starting our fall season of Go Far right now. It begins September 20th, and you can register online at obxgofar.org. You can also help coach. We need volunteers to come out and support all of our children, and we need sponsors as well. We are a fully supported program via sponsors and scholarships, so we really could use our community support. So come on out and join us this September.
If you would like to nominate a person or group to be a champion for children, please contact CYP at 252-441-0614.
All right, and of course, we run those. I'm glad that we can do that for our community and CYP. They have, of course, so many great programs they offer here in Dare County and Northeast North Carolina. Their diaper pickups that they do with the free diaper service for families that are in need, and all the other things that CYP does. And of course, we air those our champion for children every week over on all of our radio stations on Beach 104, Big 94.5 WCMS, 99.1 The Sound, and Z 92.3. In sports, high school football tonight, you got Mania making the trip over to Edenton. Pascal Tank is at Camden, Perquimans at Tarboro, Columbia at Faith Christian, and some 8-man football. Riverside at Gates, Croatan at Northside. Other 8-man games include Bethel Christian at Punga Christian and Northeast Academy at Lawrence Academy. College football tonight, Maryland's at Illinois. That's a 9 o'clock kip. Tomorrow, Virginia Tech at West Virginia. Erskine at Chowan. Wake Forest hosting Florida State. Appalachian State home to take on Elon. Northwestern at Duke. East Carolina is at Marshall. By the way, that game's on Facebook. They're just carrying on Facebook. I think that's Stadium has that. There might be some other channels that pick it up, but Old Dominion at Liberty, Elizabeth City State at Norfolk State, Furman at NC State, and Virginia at North Carolina. Last night, you had Washington and the New York Football Giants in a weird, wild affair. Washington and New York Giants trading the lead late. Tyler Heineke, the former ODU product, starting quarterback for Washington, finally. Should have been started the last 2 years. That's just me. Got him down the field. Kicked the field goal to win it. Oh, no good. Giants jumped off sides. Don't.
Snap's good. Hold down. Kick. This one is up. And that one is good. Washington wins 30-29.
There you go. So they got a second chance, and Washington wins to go to 1-1 on the season. Sunday, New Orleans at Carolina at 1 o'clock. Kansas City at Baltimore at 8:20. NASCAR at Bristol tonight. The Xfinity Series at 7. And then Saturday night, the Cup Series runs at 6:30. OBX Today Weather Center forecast. For today, we do have a high risk of rip currents. Stay out of the ocean. Some showers, some thunderstorms possible. Mostly cloudy skies otherwise. High temperature around 83 with north winds 15 to 25 miles an hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy and 71. North winds of 10 to 15, gusts of 25. On Saturday, mostly sunny with a high 82. North winds 10 to 15, gusts of 20. Sunday, sunny and 83. Wind shifting back around to the west. And then sunny 82 Monday. Tuesday, sunny 83. First day of fall, Wednesday, mostly sunny with a chance of showers now in the forecast and a high 83. And then sunny on Thursday and a high of 80. Autumn, by the way, begins Wednesday at 3:20 p.m. Eastern. Coastal marine forecast today, north winds of 15 to 20 knots, gusts up to 25 knots, 2 to 3 foot waves in the sounds. Small craft advisory for the open waters with seas 5 to 7 feet. High risk of root currents, I'll say it again. Stay out of the ocean. Water temperatures mid to upper 70s, maybe even 80s on the Hatteras Island and Ocracoke. Got a low tide coming up at 11:53 this morning at Oregon Inlet. Sunset tonight at 7:06. Sunrise tomorrow is at 6:47. Overcast with a few spits of rain at times. And 77 degrees outside our studios in Uptown Nags Head. That's going to do it for OBX Today for this Friday, the 17th of September.
Thank God it's Friday!
Yes, and we will be back with you on Monday with another edition. Real quick, one last comment jumping in. No, 95L, nothing to worry about. It's just going to stay offshore. 96L, we'll keep an eye on it the week 10 days before even going to get close to anywhere. So right now, no tropical threats for us. We're looking good. Have yourself a great weekend, everybody. We will see you back here on Monday morning here on Facebook and YouTube Live. It's OBX Today Live. I'm Sam Walker.